Hiya, today is the 15th of the 6th, and basically I've had my microdiscectomy. In my previous video, I was supposed to be having it, I think it was the 23rd of May. Unfortunately they cancelled that on me, and they scheduled it on the 7th of June, which was fine. I went into hospital on the 7th of June, which was actually the night before. Been a waste of NHS money, to be honest, to just sort of sat there, ate my tea, and then got up the next morning. I honestly didn't see why I couldn't have gone in the next morning for say 8 o'clock, fasted from the night before, and then gone down for my operation, but hey ho. I went into the Walton Centre, which is in Liverpool, Piccadilly, Liverpool. It was a lovely place. I met 3 of the ladies while I was in there. There was 4 beds on the ward. The 3 of the ladies, there was a lady who was approximately 65, another lady who was 25, and another lady who was 31. The lady who was in her 60s, unfortunately her operation was cancelled because she had a problem with her eye. Somehow her eye affects something to do with the breathing, and they couldn't get her a specialist bed, so she had to go home. The 25-year-old lady, she went down first. The other lady had already been down. Then I went down on the Friday morning for back marking, which involves putting various needles round where your disc is. Then the injector dye, take an x-ray, then the surgeon can actually see what they're working with. That was actually quite painful. Not like stupid painful, but it did hurt. You could feel the needles obviously going in, but it seemed to be when they put the dye in, it felt like your back was burning. The side effect, which was quite funny, was that it made your wee go blue, and that was quite amusing. I had to wear a gown, paper knickers, which didn't even fit, so I just went bare-arsed. And I also had to wear these DVT stockings up to my knees, and these weird inflatable legs all the way up to the top of my legs, which apparently blow up and go down and keep the blood moving in your legs while you're sort of bed bound or something. So after the back marking, came back to the ward, waited another 20 minutes, then went down to theatre. In the sort of pre-theatre room, they couldn't get the IV thing into my hand, tried 4 times, it was absolute agony. I've still got marks on this one. They did actually get it in there, but you can't see it. I had one, and this one. It took them ages to get it in. Then they put me to sleep. I remember waking up, wasn't in any pain. I had a weird tube up this nostril, don't ask me why, an oxygen mask on. And I couldn't open my eyes at first, but I could hear what was happening, then slowly started to come round. They kept me in the recovery for a bit longer because I was tachycardic. Apparently my heart was beating fast. One thing I didn't know about this operation was, and this may differ in other hospitals, is that you start off on your back, obviously unconscious, then they flip you to your front, and then they sort of bring you in a circle so that your knees are touching sort of here, and then they bind you up. And I honestly didn't believe that that's what they did. This other lady told me, and then I asked the anaesthetist fella, and he confirmed that that's what they did. Whether they dropped me whilst we're in this position, because I'm not the smallest of ladies, but I ended up with this lip sort of hanging down here, with all what I would call big blisters on. This one also. Swollen face, which is still sore here. I have bruises across my chest, my bust, my stomach, just above where my sort of pelvis is, and my knees. And when I actually started to come round with anaesthetic, I felt incredibly sick, which I've never had before with anaesthetic. And I think it was something to do with, I think something had hit me in the throat, and it was whiplash, because every time I moved my head, I just got pain in my neck and wanted to throw up. My back, I can't even feel it, to be honest. It just felt, just a little tiny bit sore, but nowhere near as bad as what it is when it's bad, so I wasn't really that bothered. I went back up to the ward, had more oxygen, got back to the ward about 3:30 in the afternoon. Family came at 4:30. I felt like death, not from my back, from pure sickness. So I had IV anti-sickness drug, and also some IV paracetamol as well. The family left about 7:30. I had to sleep for a bit. I still felt really sick, couldn't eat. Then then I think I woke up about 10, absolutely bursting for the toilets, had another blue wee, but I couldn't get out of bed, so I had to go in a commode, which was kind of funny because it wasn't a commode like I've ever seen before, it was just a chair with a hole in. So unfortunately my brain just said you can't wee on this chair because it's a chair. So it took me ages to have a wee and I was bursting, and it was blue as well, which was ace. Took a massive bandage off my arm and then found another sort of IV cannula thing in the very bend of my arm, which was annoying. I didn't know I had that. I couldn't get the one out of my hand because the lady couldn't unscrew the little cap to take the empty bag of saline or whatever it is off, and that was hurting. We had to get pliers on it. I managed to do it in the end, but that really hurt. Back was fine, felt okay. Told me they stapled it instead of actually stitching it, which was a bit annoying, so I've got these little, over there, some little remover things. The woman's coming on Monday to take them out. But it's sore now. I was sleeping on my back in the hospital on an electric bed. Came home that night, felt okay, very tired because I hadn't slept the Thursday, didn't sleep Friday much. I tried to sleep on my back and that just didn't really work and I was crying. Tried to sleep on my hip and that hurt as well, but I think that's more that my hips were bruised because there's a lot of bruising come out all over my body. To be honest, it looks a bit like I've been in a bit of a car crash, and I've had a few, so I know what it looks like. Back now is sore and itchy because of the staples, but the pain in my bum has gone and the pain down my right leg has gone, so that's quite cool. Sleeping's getting easier. I did sleep on my back the last 2 nights, but I had to have a big massive duvet under me to sort of make it softer. Whether that's good or not, I don't know, but I had to. Not really done many exercises. I did try to go out for a walk yesterday around the block, but actually the day before, but then I didn't feel so good when I come back. I did note my blood pressure was quite low in hospital. It was something weird like 56/80. And my pulse dropped to quite low as well, but I didn't understand why. It was like this for a while, and I felt quite lightheaded when I came home. So it's exactly 7 days since my operation today. This time last week my family were just arriving. It's fine, we're back. Bending down is sore. I haven't been bending down at all really. I've obviously not been to work for myself, so I'm off work for a while. Yeah, it's alright. I'd say I've got 15 staples. The incision's probably about this long. As I said, whether that's due to me being a slightly larger lady, I'm not sure, but yeah, so I'll let you know how I get on, but all is well so far. Glad I had it done. As I say, kept in contact with 2 of the other ladies. They're recovering well. One of the ladies is actually a second microdiscectomy. The other one had reoccurred or something. But yeah, I'm going okay, so pain's manageable. Sore from sitting here because I've been sat here for a while. I need to get up and move around. I'll stick some pictures in from hospital so you can see what was happening in the hospital. I've got a picture today of me staples because Mum changed the dressing for me, thanks Mum. And as I say, they'll be out on Monday, so hopefully you feel better when the staples are out. So, okay, see you soon.